Of course, just as I begin recording, it starts raining. Well, hello and welcome to another episode of Outlanders. We're up to episode 36, and today we're starting things off back at the Rebellion HQ, and we've got quite a bit that's been going on. So, let's get into it. So, as you can see, we've still got our wonderful 5 paintings, which all look exactly identical because we have the same taste, and we've got ourselves the same amount of signs. We've still got to try and make myself mayor. Still trying to destroy B-Boy's campaign, put protests everywhere. Actually, let's go check on the protests. And now that we've got rain, we can actually use our flying trident. Man, I love this thing. He is so good. But yes, we're checking on the protests, and we've still got these guys standing around in the rain, bearing their magpie signs. So probably not much is going on there, and probably didn't do anything. And there is actually probably a good reason for that if we just land. That's because we've been having a little bit of server problems recently, and not everyone has been able to connect. So a little bit of problems, which has been slightly annoying, but oh well. But anyway, if we make our way back in here, we can see the protest. The protest has been going okay. Spread random greenery, which we've done, and lots of chaos, which hasn't really happened either. But there's been an important development of late, and that is we've got ourselves a new leader who was in here. Unfortunately, he seems to have been stolen. His name, Sir Drugstore, is basically just a pufferfish, and he seems to have been taken. Now, if we read these signs here, we have signs to read. I have Sir Drugstore the second. Yes, the second, because the first one got blown up in a random creeper accident. Want Drugstore back? Pay 20 diamonds. Your friend, nice. And that would be nice, Robbie. Now, we didn't exactly have 20 diamonds. No. We didn't have 20 diamonds, at least as our rebellion's name. And each of us, of course, have more than 20 diamonds, but I don't want to pay 20 diamonds just to get a silly little pufferfish back. I suppose we could just fish another pufferfish out of the ocean and make that one Sir Drugstore the third. But I think we've got a better plan. Now, over here, you may have noticed in random episodes that I've come over here that we've had quite a few dog appearances, and they seem to have disappeared. A few of them seem to have disappeared. There's probably one around here somewhere, I think. I did bury one, but I'm not sure where that one is. But yes, these are Robbie's dogs, and I think it would be a good idea to boat them away and hide them somewhere where Robbie will hopefully not find it, which will be hard since we've got coordinates, but whatever. Let's take one boat and one dog and make our way over to the Rebellion HQ, and we can decide what to do with them later. And I forgot the boats are bugged a little. You can see I'm actually in the air, and this isn't actually going down, so that's a little bit weird, and I'm not really sure what's going on. But let's have a look. You can see third person. I'm just flying in the air, and it's a little bit buggy. You can also see the edge of my cape going through the boat, so it gets a little bit of a wash. But we need to figure out how to get out of this boat and figure out how to get the dog out without dying. Where did it go? Wait, it's disappeared. Oh, there it is. So that's a little bit weird. It seems to have dropped. So if we do... No, actually, we want to get in, and we want to fly over to here, and then get out of the boat, get the dog out of the boat. And there we go. Okay, so let's figure out how to push the dog in. We might need to do this. So if we can make our way through this door, which I don't think we can, and into the HQ, we can figure out what to do from there. And just to update you on where we are, we've got ourselves a little bit of a jail here, although I should probably just finish up here, put a couple more bricks and things. But yes, it's a nice little jail, I reckon. And yes, I know you can walk through the chains, but that's hardly the most important thing. So, if we can go through here and we can see the dogs. So, that is going to have to do for our little hostage situation. So, let's go get all the other dogs. We've got quite a number to move, and when we're done, we're going to put a few signs elsewhere to let Robbie know of his hostage situation that he's created. Well, that was rather quick. Thanks to the floating boat bug, we've managed to get most of the dogs, and I did happened to lose a couple, which is a little bit embarrassing, but I'm sure that if Robbie wants them, I can breed them again. So actually I could just breed a couple of dogs, but then they'd be mine, so oh well, never mind that. So Robbie's dogs are hostages. Pay 20 diamonds for the release or return Drugstore, which of course, and of course 20 diamonds, then of course we could just return 20 diamonds back to Robbie for the return of Drugstore. So I think that is a good day's work, or a good part of the day's work for this part. And let's just replace all this stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4. So all the stuff that I needed to take out to get the dogs in. Well, looking what we have here, we do have one more dog of Robbie's, I think. So what we need to do here is find a boat, which I forgot to get with me, and then get the doggo back into his rightful place, or her rightful place, I guess, over here with the rest of its friends. And of course, after looking, I've discovered that I forgot to, or put all my boats back at my base, so I'm going to have to make a new one. I think that would be quickest. So if we just get some more of this acacia wood and finish off the tree, that should do it nicely, because we don't want to leave any trees floating, and that's just horrible. Right now we should be able to just pop in. Well, maybe we need to get rid of this fence. Pop in. Yes, there we go. So now we've got doggo. And if we just put these fences back, like so, I think, like so, and 2 spruce fences, boom and boom, there is no indication whatsoever, except now the boat doesn't want to move, just the other side of the bug. If you even so much as tap it, it goes flying off, and then you can't actually do anything with it. Okay, there we go. Boat, dog in, dog gained. Let's get this dog to its captive area. Well, it took a fair bit of effort, but doggo is now in the cage. So now that we've finished off that little task, I think we should be exploring a little bit more of what's happened in the shopping district recently. Now, of late, there's been a couple of these holes going around. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. It's just massive tunnels directly underneath the roads, I might add. And whoever did it, I think it's Robbie actually, because, yeah, there we go, nice Robbie stuff. So Robbie appears to have made a fair bit of stuff, although he seems to also have left all this coal, which I might quickly grab. But yeah, I have no idea what Robbie's planning, and frankly, I am quite interested to find out, actually. So we're going to have to come back to that, I think, because we're not going to find out today. If I get out of the hole, there we go. So I might actually have to steal a bit of stuff. Sorry, Robbie. I might have to take a little bit of stuff to fill in this hole, and we'll leave it at that. Hopefully he doesn't notice, and hopefully none of you go and blab to him. They're totally not obvious. So there's a little bit more here. I think this is the underside of Titus Iron Shop, I think. And then, of course, we've got a few other things. We've got a few more bits here and there. A tunnel down there, I think that leads somewhere. Yeah, more iron, which actually let's get more coal, I should say, not iron. Even more, so we might have to grab a little bit more stuff to cover this up, I think. Or we just cover like that. No, I definitely need to get some stuff. So yeah, just looking at these tunnels, there doesn't appear to be too much about that is really useful. I'm not sure yet what Robbie's planning, as I said earlier, so I guess it's a work in progress. He did steal our drugstore, or our leader of the rebellion, I should say, and we took his dogs, so this could be a little bit of an interesting development. Now, one thing I've noticed with this little shop is that, well, firstly there are diamonds in here, and they're not actually mine, they're gamers, but there have been a noticeable lack of beacons in here, and that's a little bit annoying, because I did want to put beacons into my shop, into my base, at least 4, and maybe even more. So if we make our way back to our base, with a slight detour as the world doesn't want to load, but we're going to drop off some diamonds at Gamer's base. And there we go, 60 diamonds dropped off. So let's actually make our way back to our base now. So yes, I'm thinking of having at least 4 beacons, and they would come out the middle of this section here, right in the middle of this little tower here. The other idea is to have 16 beacons, and 4 of which coming out in every single one of these corners, either here or over here. And that, I think, over here should give us full coverage all the way around the base, no matter where we are. It would lag out the server a bit more, but that is the consequence we're going to have to take. The other side of the equation is, how do I power the beacons? Because I used to have a lot of emeralds and thinking of powering them with emeralds, but we've been using a lot of our emeralds to get all the meat from these villagers, and yeah, we don't have a lot anymore. That's one stack just there, 1.5 stacks just there, so not quite enough. But let's worry less about the powering of the beacons and the beacons themselves. What I really need is a nice, easy way to kill withers without having to go through the rigmarole of hunting them down and flying around and basically I need a wither cage, and I will need to do a little bit of looking up, and I think there's a way to gather a resource, bedrock especially. If we can gather bedrock, which is quite a hard block to gather, if not impossible, we would be able to get ourselves a wither cage. So let me do a little bit of research and see if we can actually gather the bedrock, and then we should, in theory, be able to get ourselves an infinite wither cage, and then we'll just have to get the withers and spawn them. Well, I think I've just discovered a way to do it. This is actually not my design, but a guy by T-Bogs. I'm going to put a link to the video in the description, but basically it's forcing the wither to spawn into the bedrock, which is definitely what we want, by putting obsidian here, and then if we were to put, which I can't really at the moment, so let me just kill this wither. So now it's dead, so we just put one here above the bedrock, one here, let's put an endstone there, one below here, and then of course our thing there, so we've got our soul stand variants, and then we put our 3 wither skulls there, and boom. And of course our wither skull star from earlier is there. So that's the nice quick easy way to get the wither killed, and you can see I don't have to do anything. I will actually retreat, and there we go. So we do want to make sure that this thing doesn't despawn any of this, and from the looks it doesn't, so this is going to be a very good farm indeed for getting wither skeletons or skulls. I just need to make sure, and I'll do a little bit of testing to see if this thing will also spawn skeletons. So I might need to hit it a few times with a sword. There we go. And this of course will be quicker in survival because I'll be hitting it with the sword. Were there? No, that was just an enderman. Yes, there we go. We've got one with a skeleton, or a couple with a skeleton. So if we kill those, we should be able to get ourselves a rather infinite supply of skulls. So there we go. Very nice, easy design. They did get killed off for us, and done. I was going to take a trip over to the Nether Fortress, but Mirror was about to release some more boxes, and I've just like, let me in. But it seems they've just left, so I'm going to have to wait. Okay, a short trip later, and we're in the Nether Fortress, and hopefully I don't drop anything, because I do need some wither skulls. So these guys are going to come at me, and I should be able to just hit them away and hopefully get some skulls. Well, it took nearly half an hour of wandering around and killing skeletons and finding lots of not skeletons, and lots of skeletons that refuse to drop their head, but we finally got 6 different heads. I think that will be enough. It should be enough to keep us going and get at least 1, if not, or at least 2 beacons, and hopefully the wither skeletons in the thing will actually drop some, because I didn't really get a lot with this looting, but we can always come back and get more. Well, it took a while, but I finally made it back to the overworld. I did manage to kill a few more wither skeletons on the way, and now I've got 9 skulls, which is very, very good indeed. So that's at least 3 withers, and hopefully we can get a few more wither skeletons as we're killing these things. Now, before I head off to do that wither killing, I think there's a little bit more in here that I'd like to do, and this is Mirror's, what are they? Mystery boxes. So 30 diamonds or 3 netherite ingots. Now, I did give an elytra to Mirror earlier, so that should mean that I just have to pay 18 diamonds. Let's see, 18 diamonds, and I could pay up some more. So yeah, so I just actually got a little bit too many. There we go, 18 diamonds. And let's put this away, like so, into the box, into the net chest. And let's have a look at which one... Oh, no. Oh, that's not good. We'll have to repair that later. Anyway, so, or we'll just cover it up with dirt. So, if we have a look, let's see. I reckon... We've gotten pretty lucky with these. We've hit the jackpot quite a few times. I reckon this one. So let's put the 18 diamonds in and pick up the box. And what do we have in? We've got blood. We've got a lot of TNT. We've got a lot of redstone. Ooh, this is going to be good, I reckon. It doesn't look like it's a jackpot. Jackpot. There, I can't even say that. Jackpot box. But I reckon it's good enough for me. So let's put this. That's where the news was. So we'll put that back. Let's head back to the base and finish off what we're going to do. I really do love me a mystery box, so I think I'll get a second one since that first one was pretty decent. I think, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, we shall pick. I'm not particularly fond of lime or white or purple. Well, purple's okay, but the one that's really calling my name is... Let's make it a corner. Let's go for black. And we'll put the diamonds in here. I haven't seen what it is. Actually, let's just separate this to make it clear. 18, there we go, and 30, and this one is a jackpot box number 3. We've got diamonds, we've got silk touch pickaxe, which we still got heaps of those. We've got a shulker from Myrrh, and another shulker from Myrrh, 4 shulkers from Myrrh. That is going to be good, and it's a storm. And a lot of blocks of iron, that's going to be useful, and a beacon, we can really use that. So, all in all, another good box. And I think we're not going to test our luck anymore. We're going to really, for truly, head back to the base and get prepared for a wither fight, or 3. Man, it's been so long since I've been to Thene. It's been, what, several months. But we are finally back, and it still looks pretty decent. There's still a few end gateways around. We still can access quite a few. We just need to be careful not to look at any endermen, because I do not have anything to kill, or I do have a sword, but I do not have anything on my head to keep it away. So, first off, we need to figure out which way west... Actually, wait, has someone done it already? No, they have not. Alright, so firstly we need to figure out which way west is, and since sunflowers always look east, that way's east, so that way must be west. So that means we need to start on this end and go 3 blocks down around here. So let me just mine that out first and build a suitable cage around here, although I'll probably get blown up anyway by the wither. Okay, I am 99% sure this is the correct way to go, so we just need to test and see if this is good. So we do that. Now we need to get rid of these 2 blocks here. And I really hope this works, otherwise I'm going to have a loose wither and I'm not prepared for one of those fights. So, do there. I get rid of those 2. I've got a nice clear path out. So I go 1, 2, cross my fingers, here we go, and it works. So we just stand well away and let the wither kill itself. So we're just going to stand back and watch. And this is actually really fun to see. It's been a long time since I've killed one of these withers, and we really hope we're going to get some skulls. So let's just wait and see what happens. And there we go, the wither appears to be dead. Let's just wait for it to finish off its death mechanism or death sequence, and it should drop the star right there. Hopefully, there we go. So we can see a fair bit of stuff, a fair bit of other things. We've got wither roses. There it is, and there's a star. I think, yes, we got it. So we should, what I think we need to do is we need to rebuild some of this wall, and we should be good to go for a second run. The slightly disappointing thing about this is we haven't got any skulls of it, so we may have to build ourselves a wither skeleton farm somewhere, possibly where we were killing them earlier. But yeah, I just need to look down so I don't get any enderments. But yeah, we might have to build one of those so we can get these things rather efficiently. But I think our plan of having a new beacon shop is probably not going to happen. And a little bit of time later, we've got ourselves 4 beacons. One from Mirror's mystery box that we got earlier, and a little bit, and 3 from ourselves. So I think the general idea of what I want to do, since I've only got 4, is to put it in the middle, I think, and see how we go from there. And then later I might move it. But we're going to have to figure out if we have enough iron, because I don't think we do. That is going to be barely enough for one full tower, let alone all the 4 that I need. So we might need to go and raid our own iron shop for a bit. Let me just go do that. Right, with the iron obtained, I think we should start. Where's my beacons? I should probably first 4 pieces of glass, and I want the beacons to be at this level, which probably means firstly, let's put 4 beacons in, and then we're going to have to do quite a bit of digging around here to make sure we've got the iron. So I'm not as experienced in doing this because I so rarely do beacons in my bases. I just don't find them as useful as you might need, because I don't need to do mining, I don't need to do speed, my sword skills are pretty decent, at least against mobs, and so on and so forth. So generally speaking, I haven't needed to use them. But, so, I need to go 1 with the iron, and how many layers is it? It is 1, so that's the beacons, 1, 2, 3, 4, so I need to go 4, I think. This is going to be a little bit harder, so let's mine it out first and see how we go. Okay, so we've got the beacons done, so let's have a look at what we can get with them. So we can get speed or haste, resistance and jump, strength. I think strength 2 would be a good one. Okay, let's get that one in. So we should have strength 2 now. And if we go over here, we definitely want... Actually, wait, we should have ticked that, shouldn't we? Yes, did we tick it? I don't even know. Yes, there we go. If we look at Z, there we go, strength 2. That's a relief, so I didn't waste that one. So we got that one done. Let's put in one of these things, one of these glass, as we did everywhere else. There we go. A glass there to signify we've done it. So, jump I don't like, resistance I do. Resistance 2. And on. Speed I don't like, haste meh. Resistance again, jump, strength. Regen, I think we'll go with regen. And hopefully I didn't stuff this up. And haste or speed. I reckon haste 2 would be good. So there we go. We should have 4 different things. We should have, and I think these are the 4 that everyone usually uses anyway. Oh no, did I make a mistake? Please don't tell me I made a mistake. Looks like I did. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, I'm just going to cut here and finish when I actually get the stuff in. Okay, it took a while, but we've got it in. We've got ourselves 4 different ones, which do seem to be a little bit iffy. But we've got speed, strength, regen, resistance, and I think I had haste 2 as well. It may be a little bit iffy because it's really the first time I'm playing with beacons, but hopefully we get it all and it works. So that is all for today. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to see you in the next one. Goodbye.